Hey guys, today a quickie on the Kershaw Leek. Easily one of the most reviewed knives on YouTube. Whoops. Um, Easily one of the most popular and reviewed knives on YouTube of all time. I think there's literally thousands of reviews for this knife, so we're not going to go over the length, the size, all that. And I'm just going to go over my experience with it and whether or not I think this is a winner. And if you follow this channel, guys, you know I've had some issues with QC on some of the American-made Kershaws, just having really badly uneven grinds, and stuff like that with them. So I was a little leery about buying another USA-made Kershaw. I know I keep swearing, like, I'm not doing it again, and I'm the dummy who keeps on doing it, but this ended up going on sale on Amazon for 29 bucks, and I was kind of like, I guess I better. So this is the ordinary, Sandvik steel version with the stainless steel, which is pretty routine. They make, of course, all different versions of this with different steels, different handle materials, all kinds of special editions. This knife has just been massively popular. And I remember, guys, when this came out, it was, oh my God, was it 10, 15 years ago or so? I remember a cop friend of mine bought it and just loved it. And I remember, like, back then I was into, like, really big bulky flea market knives, so I was like, that little thing would just snap, and kind of blew it off. Now here I am, I've kind of gone 360 and really like smaller, delicate knives. So what do I think? Well, number one, it's got a very smooth action. It's got the lock too, which is kind of cool. I really kind of dig the lock. It's got a very nice smooth action to it. It's very well centered for a blade. It's fit and finish seems to be pretty good for me. The flipper works excellent. The thumb stud deploys excellent. I like a lot of the stuff about this. It came very, very sharp. I really like this style of blade. I'm very much into that half Warncliffe, half drop point blade, and Kershaw seems to make a lot of these. I find this very conducive for EDC. I really kind of like using it in that kind of choked up, holding the blade kind of way. I tend to use it that way a lot. Find it to be not too bad for an EDC. Would I use this as a Bushcraft knife? No, because the stainless steel is just too slippery. But this thing's very, unobtrusive in the pocket. It's thin, it's slim, it's pretty lightweight. It locks, which is good. The lock has got a good kind of stout push to it. It takes a little bit of effort. My major complaint is the pocket clip. It's just not deep enough for me. There are aftermarket ones. I'm probably going to buy an aftermarket for this thing because I really want this thing to be a little deeper. Kind of like your mom tells me. Tip up, tip down carry, partridge in a pear tree. Very sharp, thin blade, thin behind the edge, great slicer. This really is, for a knife that's received so much attention throughout the years, it really deserves it, I think. I think Kershaw did a great job with this knife, even though it is, it's old, obviously. It's older than half my viewers. But yeah, it's really good quality, and I'm really kind of glad Kershaw redeemed themselves with me on the QC. This just has a really nice grind to it. It was sharpened very well. Blade centering's good. Just all the QC on this knife is perfect. And at $30, that's great. I love it when you can get a $30 knife in Sandvik steel. I really like Sandvik steel, the 14C28N. Takes a very, very nice fine edge, sharpens very easily. It's a great steel. I think it's and this is just my opinion, you can crucify me if you want, but I kind of feel like this is dead in between 8CR13 MOV and VG10. It has that, of ease to sharpen like 8CR13, but the edge retention and how, just sharp it gets reminds me a little bit more like VG10. So I really like that steel. It's a good all-around, beginner level budget steel. So I can't complain at all, and like I said, this thing just, it flips like a dream. It's got good speed assist. It's fast, accurate. Very good one-handed action on this thing. Good, good lockup too, Even though it's not the deepest lockup on earth, you can see it's only about 50%, but it's pretty solid, no issues with it coming loose at all. It holds very well. So overall, guys, Kershaw, kind of won me back with this one. So even though this is such a huge popular knife, I'm glad I bought it. I'm glad I had a chance to show you guys because it really does live up to the hype. I think more so than the Skyline. I was really disappointed by the Skyline. You know, it just didn't do it for me, whereas this knife really did.